I'm Helen Drake, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm from Larkspur, California. I had had a thyroid problem, hypothyroid, and so I was on medication for that. But my major problem was I was having digestive issues and eating things and having knifing pains afterwards, and really, really bad for years. And I was seeing a naturopath, and he helped me a little bit. I mean, he gave me some little something or other that I put in my, before I eat it, and it would make that pain not happen so much, but it was kind of like a Band-Aid on a problem. It really was not going at the core of what was wrong with me. So I was not satisfied, but I met Dr. Ilya at a farmer's market in Larkspur, and he started talking to me about what's the underlying problem, and I said, I don't know. And I realized that I hadn't been diagnosed really on why I was having those problems. So that's kind of initially why I came to see Dr. Ilya in the first place. Rather than just kind of taking a medication, even if it's a natural medication, to solve a problem, he was saying, well, what's causing that problem? So that was the best thing. I never really thought about that before. And so he started working with me and showing me ways that my body wasn't functioning correctly, and we did some medical tests that were gave me more information on what was going on, and then started working from there. So it's been amazing. I don't have those sharp pains anymore, and it's just kind of like a miracle for me, because that was just huge. The pains were so bad I'd almost feel like I had to go to the hospital. And so I'm just really happy with the results that I've had. They haven't come back. Every once in a while, if I eat the wrong thing, something might hurt my stomach a little bit, but hardly ever does that happen anymore. I also really appreciate the emotional therapies that he does. I think I really have not had that type of emotional therapy when I've gone to doctors before, and it's hugely important. I think a lot of people don't understand the value of that, to work through the emotional blocks that are causing physical problems. I don't think we're very educated in that realm. So the work he's done with me in that way, I think it's hard to measure exactly. I mean, it's like, you don't exactly know what's happening, but I think ultimately it does help move through any kind of physical blocks that you have that are caused from this emotions that are pent up, or, and they might be from long ago. The emotional, physical, and chemical are kind of like three legs to a table. And if one of them's off, then the table's going to tilt a little bit. So I think Dr. Ilya works on making sure that all three of those are balanced, and he can tell which ones are out of balance and work to fix that. And so I really do appreciate that. Usually you go to a shrink to get emotional help, or a psychologist to get emotional help. And then you go to somebody else to get a nutritionist or someone who knows about nutrition. And then you go to a chiropractor to have, your bones adjusted. But what I appreciate, there's such a holistic method that Dr. Ilya uses that is integrating all three of those, which makes it really nice to be kind of a one-stop shop. One good thing I like about Dr. Ilya's work is that he does lab tests, and he measures things so that you can see where you are now, and then you'll have a measurement of that later and see where you are later, so you can specifically see if you're high or low or in a danger zone. And that happened with me when I first came to see Dr. Ilya. I was taking some hormone replacement. It was a natural cream, and I didn't think there was any problem with that. That wasn't the reason I came to see him initially, but he did do a panel on me which showed that I was in a danger zone with my hormones that are precancerous. I mean, I had an overflow of hormones that could have led to cancer. So he pointed that out, and we, within 6 months, had that turned around. So that was really a positive thing.
So here's before. You're about as far out of the optimal zone as you could possibly be. Okay? And that was on September 26, 2007. And here you're right in the middle of the optimal zone. You're exactly perfect for female hormonal balance. And that is on 6 months later, right? Which was April 22nd, 2008. So what do you think? And that was just 6 months, no drugs, nothing.
That's great. I'm very happy.